From the outside, the Santos house looked normal. A small garden with flowers in front, curtains neatly drawn, and a warm light glowing at night. But if you stepped inside, you would quickly feel something heavy in the air, as if the walls had absorbed years of unspoken anger and cutting words. Elena Santos, 24, knew this feeling too well. She had lived in this house her whole life. Every morning began the same way. Her mother criticizing the smallest things. The sound of the kettle whistling in the kitchen often mixed with comments like, "You never do things right," or, "Look at your sister, she's better than you." Elena never argued. She just lowered her head, pressing her lips together while pouring herself coffee she rarely finished. Her father, Ricardo, was quieter, but his silence carried weight. He almost never defended her, even when he knew the words thrown at Elena were unfair. Instead, he buried himself in the newspaper, as if the stories of strangers were easier to face than the chaos inside his home. When Ricardo did speak, it was usually about responsibility, about how Elena needed to try harder and be grateful. His voice wasn't loud, but it was sharp enough to remind Elena that she couldn't expect protection from him. Elena's younger sister, Sofia, played a different role. Bright, charming, and always in her mother's favor, Sofia became the golden child. She didn't always mean to hurt Elena, but her words often carried a sting. "Why can't you just be more like me?" she once said casually, while showing off her new promotion. Elena only smiled weakly, though inside she felt the words burn. Life in the Santos house was a cycle of tension. Family dinners, meant to bring people closer, were often silent battlegrounds. Forks scraping against plates, eyes avoiding one another, and the occasional sigh that cut the air like a knife. Elena ate quickly, retreating to her room afterward, where she stared at the ceiling in the dark. Sometimes she cried quietly, stuffing her face into the pillow so no one would hear. Other times she felt nothing at all, just numbness, as if she were disappearing little by little. But not every moment was dark. There were rare evenings when her father told old jokes from his youth, and for a brief second, everyone laughed together. Or mornings when her mother hummed a song while cooking, reminding Elena of a softer side that still existed somewhere. These moments gave Elena hope. Hope that maybe her family could change, that the love she longed for wasn't completely gone. Still, the reality always returned. Criticism, silence, comparison. It was a cycle too strong to break overnight. Elena often found herself questioning her worth, wondering if she really was the problem. Was she too sensitive? Too weak? The house had a way of twisting her thoughts until she doubted her own truth. It wasn't until one rainy evening, while scrolling through her phone, that Elena stumbled upon a podcast about family dynamics. The speaker described signs of unhealthy environments: constant criticism, favoritism, lack of support. Elena felt her chest tighten. It was as if someone had described her life word for word. For the first time, she realized that maybe she wasn't broken. Maybe the environment around her was. This small realization did not solve everything, but it planted a seed. Elena began writing in a notebook, pouring out her feelings where no one could judge her. She also reached out to an old friend, Anna, who listened without interrupting, without telling her to, just be stronger. Talking to Anna felt like opening a window in a stuffy room. The house didn't change. Her mother still criticized, her father still looked away, and Sofia still basked in approval. But Elena started to change. She noticed how her shoulders relaxed after walking with Anna in the park, how her mood lifted after finishing a page in her journal. She realized she could build small spaces of peace outside the house, even if the storm inside remained. One morning, Elena looked at her reflection in the mirror before work. Her eyes were tired, but steadier. For the first time, she whispered to herself, "I deserve better." It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was real. And sometimes, the smallest truths are the ones that carry us forward. Elena didn't know exactly what her future would look like, but she knew it would no longer be defined only by the voices inside her house. With each quiet step she took, she was slowly learning that choosing peace for herself was not selfish, it was necessary. Living in a toxic family can feel like walking through fog, never knowing where the next wound will come from. But noticing the patterns is the first step to breaking free from them. Even when change inside the house feels impossible, finding support outside, a friend, a community, or even a professional, can open windows of clarity. Healing often begins quietly, one small step at a time, and that's more than enough.